Hello and welcome to Craftiosity, where creativity comes to you with monthly craft kits delivered to your door. This month you'll be hatching your own mosaic dove using pieces of smoothed green glass to create your unique pattern before grouting them into place. Inside your kit you'll find your coloured glass pieces, your PVA glue, powdered grout, disposable gloves, a plastic container and your wooden dove shape. You'll also find your step-by-step photo instructions and a little something for your pinboard. Before we begin, a little note on safety. Grout is caustic, so please use caution and make sure to wear your gloves when you're working with it. Empty out your bag of glass pieces. They have been tumbled so the edges are smooth and should be safe to handle, but do handle them carefully. Arrange your pieces into groups by colour so you can pick out the piece you want easily. Start arranging your glass pieces onto your wooden dove shape. You can get creative with how you arrange your pieces. Each bag of glass will be slightly different, so each finished dove will look slightly different. Begin with finding pieces to fit your smaller areas, like the curved edge of the tail and the head of the dove. Think about the direction you lay your glass pieces to. Creating rows along the wings can give the illusion of feathers. Use small pieces of glass to add detail to your dove. We used them to break up the wing and a tiny piece to suggest the dove's eye. Once you are happy with the layout of your glass, check to make sure your pieces are fairly evenly spaced out. You want gaps between the pieces for the grout, but you don't want any huge spaces. Using your PVA glue, put a small amount of glue on the underside of each glass piece and press it onto your dove. Work one piece at a time until they are all glued down. Don't worry if you can see a bit of glue in between your glass, as this will be covered with the grout. Leave them to dry for at least an hour. Once your glue is completely dry, it's time to grout your work. Start by covering your work surface to protect it. We used the empty Craftiosity box opened out. Put on your protective gloves, as grout can be caustic, so avoid any coming into contact with your skin. Empty the packet of grout powder into your plastic container. Add 25 ml of water to your grout, a small amount at a time, mixing carefully with your gloved fingers as you go until you have a smooth but fairly thick consistency. Working on one section at a time, use your gloved hand to apply the grout to your mosaic piece, smoothing it down so the grout gets in between the pieces of glass. Just be careful not to snag your gloves as you do this. You will have to work fairly quickly, as once the grout is mixed with water, it will start setting. Once you have grouted your whole piece, leave the grout to set slightly for about 15 minutes. Then wipe the surface of your work as well as around the edges with a dry piece of kitchen towel to remove the excess grout. Leave to dry for a further 30 minutes. Then wipe over the surface with a slightly damp piece of kitchen towel to remove any remaining grout residue. Allow your piece to dry completely for 24 hours and then it's ready to display. Thank you so much for watching. We hope you've enjoyed this tutorial and we look forward to welcoming you to the next craft kit project next month.